My boyfriend has been neglecting my needs because he works too much.
Fire him.
There you go. Just quit your job, boyfriend.
Quit your job.
You have a girlfriend.
Priorities.
Right. Am I the a-hole for wanting to break up with my boyfriend for working too much, or would I be the a-hole? I, 25 female, have been with my boyfriend, 30 male, for over 4.5 years. It will be 5 years in August. We met online when I was a junior in college. We hit it off and started our relationship only a week after talking. By the way, this comes from Rain 1999 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. He drove to see me from 3 hours away almost every weekend. I would occasionally drive to see him, but junior year is when studies ramp up, especially as I was pursuing a chemistry degree, so I didn't get out his way much as he did me. He was okay with it at the time and never really complained about driving to see me, as he has said that I am the best he has ever had.
Dang.
Oh, listen.
Okay.
Listen.
I guess you gotta drive. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it could be worth it. When he didn't get to drive out, he always said that he had work to do. A little context to his work situation. At the time, he was basically working 2 jobs, one as full-time and the other was his lawn care business. He would be working from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., sometimes midnight during the week. Long days. This is still the same to this day. After I graduated college, I moved in with him to take a summer class for the last credit I needed. I immediately started looking for jobs before I was even done with the class, and I landed an hour away from his house. I started working and drove 2 hours round trip to work. This drive got super dangerous for me. I found myself falling asleep driving to and from work and almost crashed a few times. Along with that, we were not seeing each other much, and now that I lived with him, he expected me to basically be a housewife as well as work my 40-hour-a-week job with 10 hours of driving week. He would even expect me to have fresh dinner ready for him at 10 p.m. as he refused to eat microwave food or make it himself. I got sick of this really quick as it caused me to gain weight from eating so late and then going to bed soon after. So with the hour drive to and from work and the unreasonable demands and us not seeing each other too much, I moved closer to my job. There you go. He did not like that I was moving out, and he said that he wouldn't likely do the driving to see me like in college once I moved. This didn't deter me as I was focused on my mental health and safety. We continued to drive to see each other. This time I was the one driving almost every weekend. There were some weekends that I wouldn't drive because he would say that he had work to do and it wouldn't be worth it as we wouldn't be able to spend much quality time together. And in the year since I moved out, he has driven to see me maybe 5 times. 5 in a whole year?
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you together?
Right. Since I take my weekend to see him, you would think that he would appreciate that and not work. You would be wrong. He would work while I was there and suggested that I just drive along with him as he mowed lawns or delivered firewood. I did do this on multiple occasions, and at the end of the day, this didn't even please him. He accused me of not being supportive of him working so much and complains that we have to eat out every night I'm there due to him working so late and neither of us being awake enough to cook food. So that doesn't sound like that's OP's fault at all.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But you can cook your own food in the morning.
Yeah, and if she's literally like if you're the one working so much and you're like, I can't make food, and then you're like, OP, come with me to my work, and then you're like, why can't you make food? It's like, what?
What's going on here?
How does that make sense?
Doesn't.
That is only some of the things that he complains about. Anyway, this post has gone on long enough, so I'll bring us back to the present. For the past 2 weeks, we have been fighting constantly over text. Since he works so much, I give him the time to work and don't bother him by texting him while he's at work. He has taken this as me ignoring him, and thus I don't care about him. I've told him on multiple occasions why I don't text him, and he still chooses to think badly of me. I'm the type of person that has text anxiety to the point where I always text back right away and then constantly check my phone for a reply. I don't want to push myself in that situation by texting him when I know he won't answer right away because he is working. We talk on the phone occasionally during the week, but it's mostly at night right before I get ready to sleep. These conversations are mostly one-sided, and he just complains about his day and never shows interest in my day by asking me how I was. Lots of issues here. Lots and lots. This is so exhausting and always leaves me to sleep terribly. So now, since he gets upset that I don't text him or call him often and that I don't drive to see him every weekend, he releases everything he has held in and brings up so many other things to be mad at me for. Some examples of things he would bring up in texts is, I don't want kids, and he does. He has known that since we started dating, and I remind him constantly, yet he still says that I'm wasting his time time. I also don't want to get married. This is true or false, as I don't mind it, but I won't marry him unless we live together. Another reason I don't want to move back with him because of the long drive to work. I'm also apparently forcing him to move away from his lawn care clients by suggesting once that he could sell his house and we could buy another house closer to my job, halfway, so like 30 minutes commute for both of us. I play PS5 too much with online guy friends. This one is especially annoying because I've never ever cheated on him and he has once or twice. The jealousy act is tiring, even though I've told him I only talk about the game while playing with them. Another reason is how he always pays for things when I visit. This is BS because I pay for at least one of the day's meals whenever I'm there, but it always seems like more when he pays because he always wants to eat at fancier places. Another reason, he brings up that he drove all the time to see me in college and that I basically owe him to do the same now. I would rather live with my mom than him. This is not the reason I moved out. It just worked out that my mom could live with me to help save money and live more comfortably, as I was already low on money from moving and starting at the bottom of a new job. If this all sounds like a mess, it's because it is. There is so much more to this story as we've been through tons of crap almost 5 years since we started dating. We both love each other and don't want to be the one to call the relationship off first. I'm leaning more towards saying it first now after these past couple of weeks, as I don't really have it in me to constantly reassure him and defend myself against what he assumes of me. I would miss him and the activities we get to do when I visit him. If you made it to the end, would I be the a-hole if I broke up with my boyfriend? And there is an update, but what's our answer, Sophia?
You would be the a-hole if you stayed with him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry he cheated on you.
Yeah.
He wants you
Multiple times?
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
He refuses to let you play games with your guy friends. Also, the point about, him wasting his time because you don't want kids and he does.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hate this man. I kind of agree that you're both a little bit wasting your time.
Right, but it's like,
especially given all of the other terrible things about this man.
Right.
Why are we here?
Why are we here? But it's just so like bothersome that he is like, oh, because you don't want kids, you're wasting my time. When it's like, well, then
break up.
Yeah, just break up. Like that's
ridiculous. I'm so annoyed. He's like, oh, you're like causing all of these problems, and it's like, dude, just break up.
Update, sort of. Well, thank you everyone who took the time to respond and give me advice. After some thinking, I have decided to break up with him soon. Woohoo! Deep down, I think I knew that it was time. I just needed to get all my thoughts out. I chose the internet because I don't have close friends to vent to, hence why the post was so long and gives off me being pathetic. For those pointing out that it should have been over once he cheated, I agree, but honestly stayed for selfish reasons, getting to stay at his house that is on a lake near lake bars and pools and have someone to go out to eat with and try new foods. I mean,
this is so funny.
That
it's
is
like,
really funny.
He's like, yeah, I don't really want to be in a relationship with him.
Yeah.
But like the lake house.
but like the perks are amazing.
Yeah. The benefits. This is really our boyfriend with benefits. And the benefits is not being his boyfriend. It's not him being your boyfriend.
Right. In terms of the cheating, he was emotionally cheating on me. Nothing physical happened. Okay. He downloaded Tinder again and talked to multiple girls telling them that he needed someone that would care about him. That is a crazy amount of emotional cheating. That's not even just like, I mean, it would still be bad if, I don't know, he was like confiding in a friend a little too much, getting a little too close with a friend or something. But actively downloading Tinder and thinking himself that he wasn't being cared about without breaking up with you for that reason alone.
Ridiculous. Disgusting.
And talking to multiple, like, that's crazy. Downloading a dating app while you're in a relationship is insane. Now, it's not the worst degree of cheating, but he was hiding it from me and I only found out because I had a feeling and looked through his phone. We did take a break at that point, but got back together. And the reason I said once or twice, a friend caught him on another site and I don't know for sure if he had the chance to actually go through with talking to someone else. He denied it when I asked. I don't believe him.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it for 1 second.
Not for 1 second. And for those saying that I am the a-hole for wasting his time or that I sound insufferable, like I said, this is only part of the story. I think I've always been the most supportive girlfriend through the past 4 years. An example I can give is that whenever he gets calls from customers and we're on the phone, I let him hang up and talk to them. Or if we are spending time together, I let him take calls calls because he always gets on to himself that he might lose money if he doesn't answer. By the way, you can always spend time with us every weekday at 3 p.m. PST if you join us live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Just tap our profile.
Tap it.
We're probably live right now.
Go check.
Just tap it.
In a second. We're gonna finish the
after
story.
you finish the
Yeah.
story. I've told him my views on kids in the future and explicitly asked if he wanted to continue given that information. He said he wants to continue. Now I'm slowly realizing that he probably only said that to keep me around as I am the best spicy sleep he has ever had, according to him.
Yeah.
There's still more. But
I mean,
that's so annoying.
Loki was a red flag when he said that the first time, when she was
Yeah.
like, oh, you're coming all the way out. He's like, don't worry.
Yeah.
You're great spicy sleep.
Right, because you don't want like the main thing that they value to be
It's like,
that.
I'm coming out because I love you.
Right. It might also help to say that this is my first real relationship and I'm only learning. I want to see the good in everybody and give them a chance. I've been there. There's just too many things in this relationship that I now realize outweighs the few times that he is nice and kind to me. Exactly. But that's the end. I am so glad you got there, OP.
It
Because
took you a minute.
you don't deserve all that.
No,
You don't deserve all
way
that.
better, and you're gonna find that better
Yeah.
in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, if you're
how come I was missing out on this the whole
Literally.
time?
If you're the best spicy sleep that he's ever had,
Yeah.
just
dude.
you wait.
But
Yeah.
that's the end of the story.
Woo. But we're
Yeah.
gonna get into the next one.
Let's do it.